Alhamdulillah, wa kafa wa salamun ala ibadi alladhina istafa. Nearly 15 days of Ramadan is over. 2/3 of the Quran has already been read. Alhamdulillah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept the little that we are trying to do for Him, and may Allah continue to bless our community to better connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the first ayah that was recited is learn, not only learn, but also read, and there are many other implications that are derived from this. Continue listening to the Quran, and with it take your prayers very, very seriously. Now, why does Allah mention this in this sequence? Read, learn, recite, listen to the Quran, and thereafter He follows it with prayer. Because my brothers and sisters, if a person is listening to the Quran, reads the Quran, believes in the Quran, and thereafter does not do what the Quran wants them to do, there will be a lot of confusion that takes place in a person's mind. See, we are humans and we like consistency. We don't like confusion as much as we think we do. So when you are listening to it, when you believe in it, when you read it, and thereafter when you don't follow it, it really messes a person up. And that's when a person starts saying, well, do I really believe in Allah? Must I really believe in Allah? Etc., etc. So Allah has a solution. He says, once you basically read it, listen to it, etc., thereafter follow it up with one beautiful action. What is that action? Allah says, Salah. أُتْلُ مَا أُوحِيَ إِلَيْكَ مِنَ الْكِتَابِ وَأَقِمِ الصَّلَاةِ. Now, once you start praying, that prayer brings calmness to the soul, to the body, to the heart, to the mind, and that prayer makes you realize, I'm connecting with something greater than myself. I'm connecting with my Allah, my beautiful Allah, my merciful Allah, my kind Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, once you did these two things, the reading, listening, inshallah part, following it up with prayer, it'll gradually disassociate you from things that are negative in nature. Inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar. That it'll disassociate you with that which is negative and get you, inshallah, on a straight path. My brothers and sisters, life out there is a struggle, and we need to do everything we can do to limit the struggle, especially the negative struggle that is out there, to get us on track. And one way to do it is by continually listening, reading the Quran, and thereafter backing it up with multiple actions. And there is no better action than not only prayers, but I would say the 5 pillars of our religion. Thereafter Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about Ya ibadiya alladhina amanu inna ardi wasi'atun fa iyaya fa'budun. O my servants, explore, travel the world, go to different places. Why? If there is a sustenance issue, don't say, when my father is here, so I have to live here, or my mother is here, so I must live here. Yes, respect your father, respect your mother, respect your family, respect your community. But if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has opened your doors elsewhere, why not go? Why not earn more? Why not share that extra money with your family? Why not share it with the poor people? When you limit your earning potentiality, in reality, you're not only hurting sometimes yourself, but you're also hurting the ummah and the community. That's why the giving hand is better than the taking hand. So find ways to get your doors to open, and find ways to get yourself in a community that improves your iman and improves who you are as a believer. Why? كُلُّ نَفْسٍ ذَائِقَةُ الْمَوْتِ. Allah says, every life will taste death. It doesn't matter whether you are Adam alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Nuh alayhi salam, Ismail and Ishaq alayhi salam, or Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. ثُمَّ إِلَيْنَا تُرْجَعُونَ. Eventually we are going to return to my Allah. And we have to ask ourselves one important question. What preparation have I made for my Allah? You know, when we go on a simple vacation, we make preparations. We make sure the toothbrush and toothpaste is put in this compartment, and I got my casual clothes in that compartment, and I got my extra cell phone battery in a different compartment. Just one holiday that may last maybe 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, if you're lucky, half a month. But we make a lot of preparations. Not only do we make a preparation for going, we also make preparations that when we arrive there, the car that will come and pick us up will be this given car or that given car, and we'll be going to this hotel and that hotel. What preparation in these first 15 days have we made for the month of Ramadan? And not only have made for the month of Ramadan, but are we making for the remainder of Ramadan and beyond? These are questions we have to ask ourselves. What preparations am I making for the last 10 days of Ramadan? We all believe that the last 10 days are very, very sacred. Have we planned a night that we are going to spend with our children in ibadah, in dua, in dhikr? It doesn't have to just be Quran. It doesn't just have to be prayer. It can be different things. It can be prayer as in salah. It can be Quran. It can be listening to a good speech. It can be talking about religion. Many, many different things we can be doing. My brothers and sisters, we are going to be leaving this world at some point or the other. And we have to prepare for that beautiful future. One other ayah that was recited is لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. In the Prophet of Allah, you will find a beautiful example, beautiful character, beautiful way of how he related himself to other individuals, social relations, marital relations, how he treated young people, the love and affection he had shown to everyone, to friends and foes alike. So in these last few days, if Allah has given you the time and you have time away from the Quran, I don't know how you're going to have time away from the Quran, but assuming that you have time away from it, then don't just do things that are on the lower scale of goodness. Improve by not just making dhikr, but maybe listening to a good speech on the life and character of the Prophet of Allah. And out of everything that you hear, just choose one thing that you love and follow that one thing. And I guarantee you, inshallah, Allah will take you a long way. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us and guide us. May Allah continue to bless our wonderful community. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in these last or second half of the month of Ramadan, may Allah continue to accept our ibadah and continue to take us closer to Him, inshallah. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillah.